with you, one that's very important and it affects us as a congregation here in Amarillo, Texas. You may have been tracking in the news that there is a group that has been petitioning. Our city council has been considering various ordinances to make Amarillo a sanctuary city for the unborn. There's a group of citizens who have put together an ordinance, and they're looking to get that on the agenda for the city council and ultimately maybe even get it on the ballot, hopefully in May or possibly in November. And there's a lot of activity that's going on around that. One of the things that I think is important is it's important that we stand for the sanctity of the unborn. We stand for life, and that's part of what we do as a church. And so one of the things they're doing is we're standing for life, and I'm going to make a declaration of prayer here in just a minute, but we're also supporting that petition that is going around to get those ordinances or that ordinance on to the agenda and ultimately on the ballot. So if you want to be a part of that, you have to be a registered voter that lives inside the city limits of Amarillo, Texas. And if that's you, and if you want to be a part of that, at every information booth when you leave today, we've got part of our Ecclesia Action Group Dream Team is there, part of our own Dream Team who is a part of this. And they would love to get you to sign the petition, and so you can do that. They're trying to collect, I believe, 7,000 signatures by January 19th, and they'll be there today, also next weekend, and of course, every night tonight throughout Zion. So you'll have time to do a little research if you want. And to that point, if you'd like to study on this, I have written a thought piece, and you can go to tfc.org/action. And I've written a thought piece there. It's titled Thought Piece, Amarillo City Council considers an ordinance for sanctuary city for the unborn. And it kind of breaks down the ordinance, gives you links to the actual ordinance and the group that is starting it. And all, if you want to do some research to pray through, totally encourage you to do that. We wanted to make that resource available to you as well. But here's the thing, there's a governmental and a political process. I'm so thankful for a city council that cherishes life. And I know every city council member, most of them I know very personally, they believe very strongly in the sanctity of life, and I appreciate them in the place that they're in, and I appreciate the process that we have in a free country where individuals can put a petition, and there's a process that we have that we can govern the way we need to govern. But I also believe this, we are the ecclesia, and Jesus said in Matthew chapter 16, that talking about Peter's confession, and I'll read it a bit later today as well, that as we're in this place, Peter making this confession, Jesus says, and upon this confession, I will build my church, my ecclesia, and the gates of hell will not be able to stand against you. So what I believe is that as the legislative assembly, as the church, we have the authority in this region to stand and make a declaration that while there's a governmental process that's happening, there's a spiritual process that is happening as well. And we are standing as a church in support of the political process, but we're also standing to say, we declare Amarillo to be a sanctuary city for the unborn in the spirit. And we ask that God would come and he would rebuke the devourer, he would rebuke the enemy that would come and try to steal life. And we ask for his hand to come, and we declare your kingdom come, your will be done on earth in this city in Jesus' name. And that's how I feel about that. So